Hey, how you doing? This is Todd, and I'm glad that you have joined me for our weekly get-together of the VO Marketing Pro group. So glad you're part of the group, and if we can do anything for you, just let me know. Let me know, let Joe know, let John know. Just get a hold of one of us, and we'll be happy to help out as best as we can. Obviously, what we're trying to do is get you voiceover jobs, and we're doing the best we can with our contact forms being filled out, our direct email marketing campaign on your behalf, and of course, we're also doing cold calls. We've got a voice roster. We're having people visiting that, and so we've got all hands on deck here at VOMP, and we're doing our best. We're gaining some traction. We'll continue to do our best as we try to get you warm replies, auditions, inquiries about your workflow, about your rates, just all sorts of things, but especially voiceover jobs. I'll have your update coming up in just a few minutes, and I'll give you my update as well. So stay tuned for that. Today I want to talk to you about my son, Hudson. My fourth oldest son, Hudson, started his voiceover career back in March. Yep, just back this March. And like any new business owner, he's had his ups and his downs. And of course, I'm not telling you anything new. If you've been in the business for any length of time, you know that things can, go up and down just a bit. He's had his share of difficulties. And I always tell him that starting a business is like pushing a huge boulder up a hill. That analogy has been used many times for lots of things, but it's appropriate for starting your own voiceover business. A big boulder, that you have to kind of shoulder up the hill with all of your might. It takes a lot of effort and hard work, tenacity, perseverance. Sometimes your legs and back and arms burn and ache. You have to keep pushing and pushing. Some days you don't even budge the boulder, or so it seems. Other days it seems like it kind of rolls back on you, and you almost feel like sometimes you're going to get crushed by the weight of that boulder. Some other days there's an inch or two of progress. You know how that goes. I remind him of this often, especially, after a day of marketing where he gets very few warm replies, or other days where it's just crickets. Now, he's made a few $1,000s in voiceover since March. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But sometimes he's comparing himself to me, who I'm starting my 12th year, and you just can't compare the two. But he's making progress, but he is pushing that boulder up a hill, and it just takes time and effort, and as I said, tenacity. Well, over the last recent time, Hudson has been really upping his work on direct email marketing. He's taken my advice. He's out there on his own. We don't do it for him as a VOMP group. He does it on his own, and he's been doing that more. Recently, he sent out around 400 emails. To date, he's received about, 9, 10 warm replies, and he's booked one job. He has 2 more possible jobs, and that's about the going rate of return as what we found as far as, once you get the emails opened by the potential client, they listen to your stuff, and they get back with you. That's about what we find to be about true, somewhere between 2 and 5%. Now, I bring Hudson up for 2 reasons. First, Hudson lives with me. He grew up watching me push that proverbial boulder up the hill as I started and grew my business. Yet it's still very easy to get discouraged and distracted or delayed in doing the right things constantly and consistently. But secondly, that said, Hudson has made up his mind to stick in there, to work hard, to stay encouraged, and keep pushing that boulder up the hill. And I know he's going to build a successful business if he continues to do that. I guess the reason I tell you about this, tell you about Hudson, my fourth oldest son, and one who's just starting in voiceover, it's to say that you can do it too. Now, some of you, you've proven this. You're set. You know what you're doing. But there's others that are going to be watching this video that aren't sure. And all I'm saying is I give this advice to my own son. I take this advice for my own self, and I'm giving it to you as well. It's not something that I haven't lived by. It's not something that I don't teach those that I love to do. The VO business is not rocket science. Do the right things over and over and over again. You'll gain momentum. There's plenty of work out there for all of us. You just have to stay constant and consistent in pushing that boulder up the proverbial hill, and you'll start to gain momentum eventually. I hope that's a little bit of an encouragement to you. Well, let's talk about your week as a group. So the VO Marketing Pro group had 26 warm replies this week. There were 3 audition opportunities. One I want to tell you about just briefly was a specific audition that just came in yesterday. And this was interesting. It was a request for 3 members of our voice roster. And what happened was you know that Drew has been making cold calls on your behalf for the last few weeks. Well, in the first week, he left a message with a company, which he does when he can't get a hold of somebody. He just provides a succinct message about who he is, what he's calling for, and what they can do, a call to action. And this person remembered, and he didn't call back or anything, but this was from a message. The man visited our website, had a fairly good paying job. I won't tell you about it because it's not for sure. And he asked for 3 members of our group to provide auditions. And so we're waiting on that potential job. There's also 2 new jobs that were booked this week. So 2 new jobs. Now, just quickly, as far as the cold calls are concerned, those seem to be working. And to be quite honest with you, we knew they would work, but we just didn't know. And Drew has been excited because he said, Dad, I just talked with him just a few minutes ago. He said, Dad, I didn't know it would be this successful, that there would be people that picked up the phone, listened to me. Quite a few of them seem to be interested, say they'll check it out, and actually people are checking it out. And so this week, because of some traveling that Drew is going to be doing this next week, he had some preparation work, so he wasn't able to do a lot. As I've told you, he has a full-time job besides working for VO Marketing Pro, but he only made 10 phone calls, cold calls. He spoke with 4 different people live in real time, and 2 of them seemed to be quite interested. What I mean by that, they were more interested than just saying, sure, I'll check it out. They went beyond that. They actually had a good conversation about our business, about their business, and how we can help them. So that's the cold call information. Now, that's your information as far as what VO Marketing Pro did this week. Of course, John, he also consistently every day fills out contact forms for video production companies. Those are on top of the direct email marketing that we're doing for people. So again, as I said at the beginning, it's all hands on deck. We're working hard on your behalf, and we'll continue to do so. As we close things out, my week, direct email marketing clients, $4,050.17. Platforms, $1,184. And so the total was $5,234.17. $5,234.17 for my week. So there you have it. Another update. Glad again that you've joined me. Glad that you're part of the group. If you're not part of the group and you want more information about VO Marketing Pro, you can visit our website. You can visit our Facebook. You can go on YouTube. We got lots of information out there. Tell us what you think. Contact us if you need any help or if you want information. Go out and make it a good rest of the day and weekend, and we will talk to you soon. Bye.